Chime in now. It's Group Therapy on the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
So obviously, sometimes relationships end, and that's a bummer thing, especially when there's kids involved. Not fun.
Oh, I can't. No, that would not be fun.
That's where Jeremy is, and it sounds like, I mean, I want to tell your story for you, but basically you have what was essentially like an open marriage that seems to be, closing in the sense that you're not going to be married anymore. Is that kind of how this all played out?
It was like pretty much like, I don't want to say a free-for-all, but it was like, we're together, but we could also see other people, both of us, and so that's what we were doing. It was actually a really good situation for a long time, and it made us happy. And then, after a while, things happened, and I actually met somebody who I really liked and I wanted to be with, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm actually with the other person full time now, and it kind of screwed up the whole situation with my marriage. I mean, we were not really married. It was like a really untraditional marriage. It's a sticky situation. It's tricky when it's like that because, you both know what's going on. But when you have kids, it gets even weirder because, as you know, the situation that I'm in right now, our daughter is absolutely, pretty much she thinks that my new girlfriend broke up our marriage, and she is like livid. And she basically wants an apology from me and my new girlfriend saying that we broke up, the happy family.
I do think you need to mention your daughter's age in here because people are going to ask us, adult, teenager, younger.
Yeah, she's 14 going on 30,
Okay, so she's 14. Do you think it makes sense that they would apologize? Is that the right word for that?
But didn't the new girlfriend kind of break up this marriage? Like they agreed to have this open marriage, but I think
free for all is.
But weren't they still married? I think like the open relationship, you still have your relationship, but yes, you're seeing these others on the side, but it's never you're supposed to have like boundaries. Like it's never anything serious, or you don't start a new relationship with them. And that's what he did. So I think you are in the wrong.
Is the danger of an open situation or free-for-all, or whatever verbiage you want to use, is that you invite other people in or you let that person go meet all these other people? I mean, they might find somebody they're like, actually, I think I probably should be with you. It can happen. But
that's why I think you're supposed to have boundaries. You're not supposed to do that.
But I don't think you apologize. Hey, I'm sorry that I found somebody else.
Or
I think you have to have a conversation, but I don't think apology is the right word.
But apology if her feelings are hurt. So yes. I do think you apologize.
As are probably, like, if we're being honest, all children when those relationships end.
So
I would imagine.
I do think you apologize still. I'm sorry that we're not together. It's just as adults, this relationship didn't work. And you have to, I think
is that dad or is that the girlfriend?
I don't think the girlfriend gets involved at all. I think it's dad having some sort of conversation. I don't know if you indulge everything where you're like, your mom and I were in this open relationship and we agreed to see other people and I let it get too far and I'm the one who messed up. I think you just say the relationship with your mom and I is not working out and we're no longer together. And I'm sorry you're upset. You do have to apologize.
We will get some feedback for you, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right, what are you thinking? I don't want you hanging on there or hanging up. Hi.
Yeah, this is a hard one because what it sounds like is that the young girl doesn't quite understand adult level relationships because nobody explained them to her. So yeah, I think an apology, but an apology with an explanation of how the adults are working through things and figuring things out. Maybe a little therapy. I don't know about a straight up apology. Y'all need to explain to that girl what's going on because clearly she's confused and doesn't understand. Full adults don't even understand open relationships. So why would we assume that a young person would? Y'all got to get on the same page before you start doing all that swinging poly stuff, man. Everybody's got to be on the same page, including your children, your poor children in the middle.
Well, and see, I think you're kind of saying something similar to Amy in a lot of ways, actually, where I think you both are acknowledging that apology is the wrong word, but explanation, a story, the narrative, what happened here. She needs to understand what happened.
Someone said, I was a kid in a divorce and I needed someone to blame, and it was easier for me to point fingers at my dad's new girlfriend than admitting my parents' marriage was over for a long time. This dad should not force the daughter to accept this new relationship. However, he does need to listen to her without getting defensive. Some kids just want you to know they're angry and you need to hear it. Someone else said, the parents made a choice, not the girlfriend. Dad needs to sit down with the daughter and acknowledge this hurts. Apologize for the pain the situation caused, not for falling in love, but for how it affected all the family.
I think there's a kid-friendly version of pretty much all real-life scenarios, right? You got to figure out what that is in this instance and how much you want to divulge and how you want to word it. And maybe that's something you talk about with your I think, still wife, your soon-to-be ex-wife, and only you guys know. What led you to that open marriage conversation in the first place? Is it one of those instances where you had that conversation because you already knew it was done?
Yeah.
What version of that do you want to share? I think if you're on the same page with that.
I mean, everyone is agreeing that the girlfriend doesn't need to be involved, but the parents kind of need to discuss what's going on. Someone even said, I think the dad should apologize for any hurt or confusion he's caused his daughter.
Anything we're missing here for Jeremy? He had a free-for-all, he called it, but basically like an open marriage, and it got messy. And so obviously, 14-year-old daughter is not super happy about the situation, but what she thinks she should get is like a sit-down apology from, I don't know if you call her the mistress, the new girlfriend of dad and dad for, let this thing end.
Someone said, as a parent, I would tell him he needs to stop trying to convince his daughter she's wrong. Facts don't matter as much as how she feels right now. So she probably feels abandoned. She feels replaced. Whether that's true or not, that's what she feels. So just listen to her, explain later. And someone said open relationship or not, you're dating someone else. And your kid is probably trying to connect these dots. You can't control what your daughter believes, but you can be honest. Just say your mom and I made choices together. No one person caused this marriage to end, but you need to sit down and listen to her.
Morning.
This is a sticky situation because my parents are divorced, so I can understand a little bit of how the daughter is thinking, but also as the dad, it's his responsibility to talk to the daughter and explain how things happened. And if she's too young or too immature, and I'm not knocking her on it, but if she's too young or immature
Right.
to understand the nuances of how they met, then hopefully one day she will. But no, I would not make the girlfriend apologize because that makes it seem as though she actually did do something wrong knowingly, which she didn't do anything wrong, and she didn't do anything wrong knowingly. He should explain the situation.
Yeah, a conversation needs to be had. I don't think it involves this new girl at all. Like mom and dad, I don't hate that at all.
That's what someone else said. I think mom and dad need to sit down and explain what happened and why, give both perspectives so she doesn't focus the blame on just one person. Someone does think he needs to apologize for the pain and just be there for her. And people are pointing out that maybe don't get that new girlfriend so involved with the daughter. Right now, it's just between you and your daughter maintaining that relationship. The girlfriend can wait. Your daughter should not have to wait.
I don't know if that kind of helps give you some ideas there, Jeremy. Curious, I guess two things. One, where do you think you're going from here? Do you have any idea yet? And then secondly, we're getting variations, people basically asking the same thing. Like, to this point, do you feel like you've explained to her what's going on? Like, have you tried to talk to her about her feelings and what happened at all?
I sort of already did a little bit softly, but it wasn't like I'm so sorry. It was basically like, I'm sorry that you feel this way, but this is the situation. I mean, you got to take it or leave it at this point. It's kind of like we're the adults here, and this is what we choose to do. And I have a girlfriend now, so I think I'm just going to let time kind of pass and hope for the best. And I think that it'll calm down and she'll understand that this is the way it is now. And
yeah, so yes, maybe a little bit more understanding. I think you maybe need to think a little bit more about how her whole world has been flipped upside down. I hear you, but I think maybe you're just seeing it from Jeremy's point of view, and you're forgetting that this is her whole universe has just been shooken.
Yeah, her parents aren't together anymore. There's a lot going on. You're seeing someone new.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I think you need to kind of hold off on how you're feeling about this and how you think she should feel, and just listen to what she has to say.
I heard where you're coming from, because I thought it was weird right away that the girlfriend would sit down and apologize. I thought that was a weird angle, but now you're kind of losing me at you just have to take it or leave it. I'm the adult here. Now you're kind of losing me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you.
I think the girlfriend needs to have no part in this.
Absolutely no, but hopefully that helps, and good luck with everything. Just be aware of her feelings, okay?
Thank you so much.